Hello everybody, Ludlow here. Today we're going to make a coffee crumb cake. We're hanging out waiting for Hurricane Dorian, so we figured we'd make some sweets and put out a little video today. So just stick with me. I'll put all the ingredients and everything in the description below on how to make it. It's very quick, very easy, and hope you enjoy it. Okay, so now we're going to start off with the crumb section, and we'll do the cake part in just a few minutes. But we need to sift 2.5 cups of flour. Okay, and then we're just going to sift this in the bowl. And this is just going to help so that the clumps aren't going to be too big. Okay, so now I'm going to put 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar. So I've already got, this is a 1/2 cup, so I'm going to have to get another one. And then I'm going to sift this through. So now we're going to add 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. And before I mix this together, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 sticks of butter, and maybe a little bit. It all depends on how you want to do it. And I'm going to microwave this for 30 seconds to get it warmed up. Alright, now I'm going to whisk the ingredients together. Give it a good little stir while it's going. It'll give me plenty of time to get everything together. And this is the flour, sugar, and cinnamon mixture. And then it won't hurt you if you want to put in a little bit more cinnamon into it. I mean, it wouldn't go crazy, but if you put a little bit more, you'll be fine. Okay, my butter's melted. Okay, next I'm going to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to get the melted butter, just 30 seconds in the microwave. I am going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. To the butter, and I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract to the butter also. And I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to give it a little mix. Okay, so now I'm going to pour the butter into the mixture. And get all that butter out of there. Set that off to the side. And now I'm going to take a fork, and then I'm just going to mix it all together to develop the crumbs. Okay, so you're going to mix this together until you don't see any more of the flour. And what we're going to do is we are going to cover this while we make the cake, maybe. All right. And then we're just going to set this aside until the cake is done. Okay, now we're going to cream the butter. So I'm going to take 1 full stick of butter. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to bring that up. Start it on low. Let it start working. Okay, now I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar. Start off slow. Okay, as needed, just take your spatula and scrape the sides down so that we can make sure that we keep all that lovely butter in. Okay, the butter looks beautiful. So now what I'm going to do is the dry ingredients for the cake. I already put 2 cups of flour into the sieve. I'm going to add ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to sift the dry ingredients together and get it down into the bowl. Okay. Give that a little mix. Now we're ready to combine the butter with our dry ingredients. Okay, so now I'm going to add 2 eggs, but I'm going to add 1 egg at a time until it's incorporated. We're going to add them all together, just the way it works. Okay, so now I'm going to take my spatula and I'm going to make sure I get everything down here and scraped on the side of the bowls down into the where it mixes easier. Okay, so now I just put in one tablespoon or teaspoon of vanilla bean paste, and this is some good stuff. So I'm gonna, there we go. And now we're gonna incorporate the vanilla bean paste. It puts a little bit darker color to it, but now the sugar, butter, and the vanilla bean paste starting to look like whipped cream. So it's really beautiful. It's almost like a frosting, I would say. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is put 1 cup of sour cream into the butter. All right, I'm going to incorporate that. Into my butter. I am going to add the dry ingredients. All right, now I'm going to start this off a little slow. Get it to start to incorporate so it doesn't come all over my red shirt. Okay, so we buttered our pan. We like butter in this. You can use the spray stuff, but we would like putting the butter in. I think it gives it a little bit nicer texture to it. A little trick that I used was I took the paper from the butter, I put a clump in there, and then I used it and spread it all the way around, and that way I didn't have to get my hands all dirty. Also, don't forget to get those corners. It's very, very important because you don't want the cake to stick to those corners. Okay, so now I'm spreading the batter in my cake pan, and I'm making sure that I got all my corners filled and that it's level. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the crumb that has been resting since we started all this, and if I notice any big extra clumps, I'm going to kind of knock them down a little bit. You don't mind if they're, you know, some little bigger pieces, but I'm going to go ahead and pour this right on top. While we were making this video, we already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, now while I'm leveling this, I'm trying to get it into the corners. What I want to do is pat this gently down. I don't want to force this crumb into the batter, but I just want to pat it down and get it all nice and even. We've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. Depending on the size of your pan, so let's say like a 9 by 13, pan would take anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes. But you can use other size pans, you just need to check it, taking a tester, putting it in and pulling out when it's clean. So let's go ahead and get this into the oven. And I'm putting it on the center rack. Okay, so we're gonna come and check this about 30 minutes from now, and we'll show you when it's done. Okay, I tested it before I brought it out of the oven, and now we're going to let it cool before we put the convection or sugar on top. Now you'll notice that the crumble doesn't change color much. Nothing to worry about, it's all baked, cooked through. Okay, I'm going to add some of the confectioner sugar, and then we're going to get this cut up and give it a try. Okay, let it cool down for a half hour, put the confectioner sugar on, and cut a couple of slices out for everybody, and we're going to give it a try. That's really good.